So the third initiative will be presented by Monty Logan. He is the president of the Amherstburg Freedom Museum, and Monty will tell us about important mentorship programs and key expert speaker series designed to generate dialogue and education with our youth and community around current social dynamics and social challenges. Welcome, Monty.
Between 1800 and 1865, the small town of Amherstburg, Ontario, held a special place in the hearts of some 50,000 men, women, and children. Enslaved individuals fleeing oppressions south of the border found at this outpost on the crossing point of the Detroit River a sanctuary of hope and opportunity in Canada. Their journeys were not just about the destination. Each individual passage to freedom depended on the unprecedented solidarity and empathy of ordinary Americans and Canadians. For over 50 years, the power of shared humanity stood up to the dividing lines of race, age, beliefs, and religion, and unleashed the shackles of oppression for so many. The Underground Railroad, as it became known, is commemorated at the Amherstburg Freedom Museum, so that we all may continue to seek solace and inspiration from what human beings can achieve when they offer an open hand of kindness and to those driven by determination. History teaches us that tomorrow is but an opportunity to learn from yesterday. And so it is with the strength, dignity, and the lessons of the past that we recognize how our mandate for the future has never been more pressing and more relevant. We will vigorously champion the power of human beings to come together across dividing lines of our society. We will openly challenge those who limit the dreams of others through racial, economical, or social oppression. We will work tirelessly to scale and dismantle the barricades that prevent people from building new lives and new futures. And we will defend the idea of freedom for all. The human fight against the division of the 19th century society was the founding spirit of the creation of the Amherstburg Freedom Museum. Tonight, that fight continues. And so we dedicate ourselves to ensuring that the memory of Amherstburg continues to inspire young men and women to come together in empathy and solidarity to demand, curate, and shape their freedom. And we do this because history is on our side. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the president of the Amherstburg Freedom Museum, and on behalf of the Amherstburg Freedom Museum, it is our pleasure to be here this evening to present to you our proposal for the Freedom Achievers Program. I would like to thank the board of the Amherstburg Community Foundation, and a special thanks to the president of the Amherstburg Community Foundation for considering partnering with us in championing Amherstburg as a leader of freedom and making it even a better Amherstburg. Max Simpson founded our museum over 40 years ago to right a wrong. He wanted to make sure that our story, your story, was told so that future generations can claim the dignity, strength, and purpose of being that comes from understanding our history. Our stories, the stories that the museum curates to this day, demonstrates what's possible when people come together to do what is right. Our museum is a community-based, nonprofit, curated archive that tells the stories of African Canadians' journeys and contributions by presenting artifacts that educate and inspire, and we are proud of the many contributions of the descendants of the Underground Railroad and our Black community. One would hope that after years of hard work on civil rights, human rights, that freedom would be available to everyone. But sadly, that is not the case. And once again, the world is seeing a significant rise in intolerance. Today, creating freedom has never been more important. And across North America, freedom is being challenged daily. And we believe what MAC stood for over 40 years ago has never been more relevant and never been more needed. We still have much more work to do. Today, on our TV screens, they're filled with images of the deaths of unarmed Black people in the United States, carding, and other racial profiling practices here in Canada. Xenophobia, homophobia, oppression, and just plain hate were all key elements that produced World War II. And now, once again, they're dominating global politics. Currently, there are laws being proposed that will take away a woman's voice. These issues of oppression show, in fact, that we may be even going backwards. We are all equal, and we have the right to be treated as such. But how do we move forward? How do we help? When looking for solutions at the Amherstburg Freedom Museum, we recognized that we needed to get the youth involved, because this is their future. And that's why we brought together racialized young people at the Amherstburg Freedom Summit in 2017. And at the summit, we asked the young people to share with us their stories, their perspectives, and their barriers to freedom. But more importantly, we challenged them to give us some solutions on how we can make and deal with these issues. So the participants had a multitude of ideas, and we came to consensus on the top 10. And of the top 10, two that we'll be talking about this evening and promoting this evening are a mentorship program and a speaker series. Our goal was not just to host the Freedom Summit, but more importantly was to do something tangible by implementing the solutions of the summit. And that is where our initiative, the Freedom Achievers program, originated. And that is why we're here this evening, to promote our program. Our program will consist of the two facets, a mentoring program and a high-profile speaker series. Our mentoring program, we will recruit successful mentors, and we'll use inspirational bio summaries to engage the young people. We'll establish sessions where the mentors will be able to actually provide insight into career options for the mentees. And we'll also work to expand the mentees' network beyond our program. We will host a high-profile speaker series called Achieving Freedom in the 21st Century that welcomes 4 diverse, high-profile community builders to discuss the barriers they faced and also how they challenge issues of gender inequality, racism, homophobia, to make a positive difference. And it's our hope that this series will start the conversation on issues limiting freedom and also increase our community involvement. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the museum, we are absolutely ecstatic to make this public announcement. You ready, Ron? All right. The 2018 NBA Coach of the Year, the former head coach of the Toronto Raptors from 2011 to 2018, and currently the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, Dwayne Casey, has accepted our invitation to kick off our high-profile speaker series. Now, what we propose is only possible if we come together to work in the spirit of the Underground Railroad to make something truly remarkable. Thank you very much for investing in our future Freedom Achievers, and let's work together to make this reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Monty. We know our youth represent our future, so inspiring and nurturing them is so critical for the ongoing development of our community, as is bringing in speakers who are subject matter experts in community development with a fresh perspective and fresh set of ideas for us to leverage here in Amherstburg.